Coven of Mischief. We're here on behalf of the narrator to give you some important information. Heather has a lot to discuss. You have a lot of information to discuss. We also have a brand new Coven of Mischief figure that will be releasing this week. And it's the lowest Coven of Mischief figure we have ever dropped.
Yeah.
65 pieces. And they're all numbered. They're hand numbered, each and every single box. This is a very special event, a very special figure, and something that I think you guys are going to love. And we're going to discuss that very soon. But there's some other matters to get out of the way. And that is going to be told to you by Heather.
Is it because you don't know what the narrator wants us to say?
No. That has nothing to do with that.
So we have decided to bring those of you who have not been able to catch up with us at events, because we know that that is not always possible. Some things that people who show us their Coven loyalty via their coin have been able to receive for free. We are restructuring things. As you have seen, potentially, if you keep up with a lot of what Mischief Toys does, you have seen that we've done a different Troublesque pin for every event that we attend. And that was not always the intent. Our intent was to have a pin that we would give out until it ran out. Until we realized we see a lot of people a lot of the time. So we've decided to bring those to you as we restructure. And it'll be sort of a mystery. It'll be mysterious for those of you who decide to make these purchases.
Would you like to show off some of this stuff?
I could, yeah. So we have a total of 8 pins that you could possibly receive. And these 8 pins are pins that we have given out since 2023.
Yeah, they go back.
They go back quite a ways. I'm going to start off with the first 1 and 2 that we had ever handed out in person. And that is these 2. These are our chrome and black blacklight reactive Troublesque pins. And these were created before we called this symbol the Troublesque. We also have one that was very elusive. We had plans for it, but the plans sort of shifted. And it was because of what the narrator told us. He informs us to do weird things sometimes, and we have to go along with it, even when we don't want to.
Yeah.
So this one was elusive for a very long time, but he allowed us to give some of them out at various places. Here's our silver Coven of Mischief Troublesque. We also have 2 that have accompanied us at a couple of conventions earlier this year. These two were from Day of Mischief. We have a Coven of Mischief pin, and we have a Maltor 3-pin set. His head and his hands are all pins. And last but not least, we have the most rare pin that we have ever given. This was from Assembly Required in Philadelphia, and this is our Liberty Bell inspired Treblesque.
Well, that's not the last pin.
It's not, but I'll save that. So first I'd like to start with these two. These two are limited to 200 pieces each. And as you all know, we gave these away a long time ago in 2023. And this was the start of the Coven of Mischief offerings in person. These are what we had planned to give out just throughout the next year or two until they ran out. The silver one is limited to 125 pieces. The brains Treblesque is limited to 100 pieces. And the money Treblesque is limited to 85 pieces. Each of these two are limited to 150 pieces. And this one is limited to 35 pieces. The last pin that we will be offering is a really special piece, and it's given to really special people, chosen by the narrator himself. This is a golden pin, limited to 50 pieces. It is a Maltor pin, a golden Maltor pin. One of the most sacred that the narrator has ever allowed us to present to you. These pins will be given away in a mysterious way, in a mystery. And please keep in mind that most of these pins, over 50% of each, well over 50% of each, have already been handed out. So there's not very many that will be made available to those of you in the Coven of Mischief. We have handed them out to people who have shown their loyalty to the Coven at their respective events, and we've handed them out just at random occasionally. This is our first time that we are ever selling these pins, ever. I have counted each and every one of them, and I have placed in a very easy to understand way a chart what you can expect. These are your chances at receiving different pins. As you can see, 30% of the pins will be the black, pink, and orange pins. They were given out very rarely, very randomly. Next up is the silver Coven pin. Not very many of them had been given out initially, but we decided to give some out during Day of Mischief. Next up is the chrome pin with the pink and the orange black light. Then tied at 10%, we have Maltor and the money pin. Next up, we have the brains pin. Then we have the Liberty Bell pin. Very, very slim chance that you would receive that. And the slimmest chance, actually, which is very interesting, is the red Coven pin. I don't know where those disappeared to. But those are your chances, and they will be listed on the website. Chris, how can they receive these pins?
How can they receive them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they can go over to mischieftoys.com right now, log into their Coven of Mischief account, and they can purchase one, and that will give them their mystery chance at what pin they actually end up with. So you have to go over to mischieftoys.com right now. We're putting up a very limited amount tonight for you, for being here. You'll beat everybody else in line. You can go over and get them now. Now, we most likely will never give you this opportunity ever again. Past today, and then we're going to have one more day where we're going to have these up. But we'll probably never do this again, because from now on, our Coven of Mischief pins are going to be so limited that when you see us in person, they mostly will run out completely at each event. We want to make these incredibly rare. The narrator wants them incredibly rare, so that's what we intend on doing.
Now, I'd like to note something, because there were some, when we presented this idea, some people were like, you should leave them for in person. But we realized that we attend a lot of East Coast events, and we do see a lot of people on the East Coast. And we wanted to sort of give people from different places the opportunity to receive these items, while also keeping our future ones pretty sacred. Which is why we decided to do it this way.
But that isn't all we're going to be showing you tonight. The Coven of Mischief has been bathed in blood. And this started earlier this year when we dropped a Coven pin that had blood on it. And so the next iteration of the Coven of Mischief is sacrifice. It's what you, the Coven of Mischief, are sacrificing for the Coven of Mischief. The narrator and Maltor call for this. And so tonight, we're going to show you the first piece and a line of figures that are going to be bathed in blood. And tonight's figure is very rare. Again, there are only 65 of these figures, and they're only available for the Coven of Mischief. This is one of my favorite things. There's a story behind this figure, and I think we might even discuss this story a little bit with you while we're here doing this live. Because, well, I think Maltor would like that. So, should we show them?
Do you want to show them, or do you want to tell them a little bit more?
I think we'll show them, and then we'll explain after.
I think an explanation is pretty good now.
We'll do it after.
Okay.
Maltor wants it this way.
Greetings, mischief makers. Fresh from a ritual sacrifice, and still covered in black light-reactive blood, we are proud to present Insidious Maltor. Insidious Maltor will be released to an ill-prepared world on Wednesday, September 17th. Only available to members of the Coven of Mischief. Will you be ready? Greetings, Mischief Makers.
Alright, so there's Bloody Maltor. Bloody Maltor is here, and he is a really great figure. The black light paint is super sick. I'm really excited about this figure. Now, Heather, you can give us a little bit of background about this figure. There are only 65 of these pieces.
Hand numbered.
The boxes are hand numbered. You can go and pick yours up this Wednesday. We'll release more information. Celeste, you can order a couple more if you'd like. We're leaving a few up right now, so you guys can go ahead and buy another one if you'd like to do so. But Heather, if you would, give us a little story time, explain to us about this figure.
So as you know, if you've been here long enough, it takes time in order to perfect what we do. Because of that, we make sure that we have enough to go around for events. And if we are expecting less than the amount of items, less people than the amount of items that we produce a sticker showing the exact amount that we will be offering. And if there are leftovers, we may do something special. Now, there are events that we've held in the past where we have had just enough. But for Day of Mischief, we weren't sure at all, because at the time that we ordered Maltor, we didn't even have a location in mind. We didn't know how many people we could host. So as you may know, Maltor is 150 pieces. This Maltor. If you attended Day of Mischief, where we premiered Maltor, you would have received one of 150. We've sat on these for a while because we didn't know quite what we would do with them. But part of Maltor's story is very interesting, and I don't think any of us truly know all of it yet. But Maltor, he's a threatening character. He's stealthy, he's slow, he's quiet, but he's scary. You'll never know if he's around or not until he makes it known. And when he finds a victim, he is very methodical with it, which is why we have decided to call this iteration of Maltor Insidious Maltor. What's keeping this? Is it your hat?
Well, it doesn't want to focus. That might be Maltor doesn't want us to show the figure, maybe.
Are we in trouble?
That's kind of weird. Hold on.
That is wild.
Okay. Oh, there's that one.
Okay.
There you go.
There he is. So, I don't know how many people know this, but Malator's eyes actually do glow in the black light. So we decided that we wanted the spattering to match. So we did. But not only that, the box is spattered. And it has a number reflecting how many are in existence. And again, that's 65 pieces.
And you're probably wondering, how did Maltor get all bloody? These were all done by Heather, ordered by Maltor to make sure to bloody these figures up. Figures up. I said fingers. Figures up.
Well, his fingers are...
Heather used her fingers to bloody these figures. Now, do not ask where the blood came from, because we could not share that information, so please do not ask that question. We cannot give you that information. But these figures do glow under the black light. The box glows under the black light. They are hand numbered. They are blood spattered. This is top-notch, a top-notch figure. And not only that, but Heather has been working for weeks to get them all completed. It has been a really incredible job. Her putting in a lot of hard work to get these completed. So 65 of these will be available to those who are in the Coven of Mischief. This is not the only bloody figure. This will most likely be one of the only ones that we have that are hand bloodied. The other ones are going to be sent to us, and we'll have those pre-bloodied. We're not going to have to use Heather to bloody them all, which is really great. They'll be bloodied by Maltor himself and be sent to you. But this figure, these figures, having them together, talk about, you know, sort of the dynasty, especially if you have the narrator, you have the dynasty of the Coven of Mischief in your hands if you have all of them. And that's going to be a very special thing to have if you do get them all. 65 is a very low number. I have a feeling that this figure is going to be super, super, super popular.
This is the lowest figure that we have ever put up on the website by itself, with the exception of the 30 signed Guar figures.
And 28 Blacklight Gargoyles.
Those were not put up themselves.
Oh, by them. Okay. Okay. So this will be available this Wednesday. Do you want to give them the information now, or do you want to wait to give them information later?
We'll give them information later.
Okay. So Coven of Mischief, look out for your emails. More information will come about this figure. In addition to that, we will put up a bit more of the Coven of Mischief Treblesque pins as well, the mystery packs. If you want to go after them again, you're more than welcome when they go up finally on Wednesday. We're going to put them up until they sell out completely. We are making more room inside of the warehouse so we can prepare for everything that's upcoming from the end of this year into 2026. We have been at this now, believe it or not, going on a full 4 years, which is really incredible. Maltor, the narrator, they put on this whole thing. So the Coven of Mischief, you're bringing the Coven of Mischief to us. So the Coven of Mischief is in our existence and we all know about it now. We're all a part of it. And it's something very important. Just as big, if not bigger, than Mischief Toys itself. This is really incredible stuff, and I'm so glad that you guys are a part of this with us. I did see a comment about somebody's sister walking in and asking if it's satanic, and the answer to that, you could tell your sister, no, it's not satanic, it's much worse. So if you're not in the Coven of Mischief, a brand new Coven of Mischief sign up will occur in January. And I will tell you this, We have, over the last couple of years, the narrator and Maltor have been slowly seeping out different figure and pin experiences and different things that you can get from the Coven of Mischief. 2026 is being ramped up. 2026, we have been told to do a lot more, to give the fans what they want, and a new coin will be coming as well. And as I mentioned, Coven of Mischief is back in blood. So these figures are going to be mostly drenched in blood, and that coin might even be drenched in blood as well. So a lot more information from the Coven of Mischief is coming very soon. And I just want to thank everybody from Maltor and the narrator that attended the Day of Mischief, because we were there in honor of the both of them. I'm glad that we were surrounded by people who are a part of this with us, who have sacrificed their time and their money to be a part of it. And I really appreciate those who joined in the drinking of the Netherworld water and also the chanting that we did while we were there.
Yeah, I think we could have been victims had we not appeased Maltor by doing those things.
Now, the narrator, I hear, is going to attend New York Comic Con and the Night of Mischief. And at the Night of Mischief, I understand that he's bringing something very special with him. And not only that, but we will also have some of his acolytes there as well to take over at some point. That's what he says. He wants to take over the event for a little while, and I don't know what he has in store for us, but you're just going to have to bring your coins, Coven of Mischief, in order to figure out exactly what he is bringing, or what he's going to be there for. We got to be prepared for that, and I know for a fact I'm prepared. I'm bringing my coin. I carry my coin with me at all times. Don't ask me about it right now. I don't have my coin on me right now, which is kind of awkward because I just said that. But I typically always carry my coin on me. Do you carry that thing on you?
I do. I have to. I've been ordered to.
Now, the New York Comic Con experience and the Night of Mischief experience are two separate things. At New York Comic Con, we will have something for you if you show your coin. However, at the Night of Mischief, again, the narrator will be bringing something special. So bring your coins. Let me ask you, is there enough to go around at the Night of Mischief for all the Coven members who are going to be there?
I hope so.
I guess we'll find out. Hopefully the narrator and the acolytes get to you sooner than others, so you get yours first. Lots to be seen, lots to be heard, and a lot to obtain at New York Comic Con and at the Night of Mischief. These are things that you don't want to miss out on. If you did not get your Night of Mischief tickets, I'm so sorry. Heather and I have been hard at work all day long in preparation for all the things that will be at the Night of Mischief. Maltor and narrator have given us all of our notes and things that we must do in order to be prepared. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be the fucking most awesome event ever. You guys are going to have so much fun. But until then, we'll have this new event that'll come up this Wednesday. More information will come to you, Coven of Mischief, via email. You'll know when this stuff is happening and what to do and how to get the special stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for going and picking up a pin. We appreciate you, and you guys are going to love it.
You will. And we will be live again tomorrow night. And we might bring more details. We have to get a hold of Maltor before we bring them details and make sure it's okay. But we will be live tomorrow, and we will be live every Sunday until New York Comic Con. We're very, very, very excited to see you guys there, those of you who can attend. New York Comic Con takes place October 9th through the 12th, which is a Thursday through Sunday, and we will be bringing you a new figure every single day. Not only that, we will have apparel to include a first con apparel offering. We will also be bringing pins. We will also be doing many promotions for those of you who wear Mischief Toys gear or who might make certain social media posts. We will be rewarding you for those things. And Night of Mischief is, of course, going to be a blast, as always. So we're excited to see you there, and we're excited to see you tomorrow night to chat a little bit more about Insidious Maltor.
I think the perfect way to end this is, I make mischief, you make mischief, comment down below. Comment down below with how to respond to that. Here's your promo. We'll see you guys. Thank you. We love you.
Greetings, mischief makers. Fresh from a ritual sacrifice and still covered in black light reactive blood, we are proud to present Insidious Maltor. Insidious Maltor will be released to an ill-prepared world on Wednesday, September 17th. Only available to members of the Coven of Mischief. Will you be ready? Greetings, mischief makers. Fresh from a ritual sacrifice and still covered in black light reactive blood, we are proud to present Insidious Maltor. Insidious Maltor will be released to an ill-prepared world on Wednesday, September 17th. Only available to members of the Coven of Mischief. Will you be ready? Greetings, mischief makers. Fresh from a ritual sacrifice and still covered in black light reactive blood, we are proud to present Insidious Maltor. Insidious Maltor will be released to an ill-prepared world on Wednesday, September 17th. Only available to members of the Coven of Mischief. Will you be ready?